So at 11 with the Warriors, so this is interesting. I think if Yaxel doesn't go here or to OKC, there's a world where he could really slip in this draft. But I think Golden State, you have to respect Steph Curry. And there's the rumor of could LeBron James end up there or
Hmm.
could they try to get Kawhi? But I just think Yaxel, the progression he showed at Michigan to be so defensively versatile, to be such a knockdown 3-point shooter. There was a weird, his season was the same. He shot the three unbelievable at the beginning and the end. In the middle was bad, but I still believe in his 3-point shot. I think the biggest thing with him is just the maturity because obviously he was a winner and like figured out the work ethic and everything, but still just kind of like said some weird stuff in press conferences and had some strange moments. And I just think as long as he can understand what it takes to be a pro, and I think putting him right in a win now situation would be great for him, and he could be super super impactful. So taking Axel here to the Warriors.
Super surprised with that. I thought he was going to fall in our mock. That's a tough spot for me. I was looking through the draft yesterday when I knew we were doing this, and I was anticipate like if I had the Warriors, what would I do? I think I maybe had them taking some type of front court player, like a Marez Johnson or Quaitance or anything like that. But I'm not mad at Yaxu. Here at 12 is the toughest team I think to prep for in all of this. The Oklahoma City Thunder. So many rumors that they want to package 12 and 17 and move up because they really can't afford to bring in two first round picks from roster size and even money wise. It just doesn't make sense for them. But we're gonna draft here for them. A team that has everything. Yeah, right. They have front court players. I don't know what they're gonna do with iHeart. It makes sense to bring them back though. You have Thomas Sorber in the wings. You have Topich in the wings. A lot of the signs point to them maybe doing something where Aaron Wiggins gets traded, Isaiah Joe gets moved. So because of that, and because I know how smart Sam Presti is, I'm actually going to take. Oh man,
I thought
Dailyn
you
Swain.
froze.
Dailyn Swain,
Dailyn
man.
Swain.
Dailyn
Wow.
Swain gets drafted a lot earlier than projected because it's OKC. Because it's OKC. I was stuck there because it's Nate Ament with the 6'10" and the shooting, but I think Dailyn Swain he gives you a bit more of what I think OKC embodies. Obviously, you would love to have him turn into some knockdown shooter, but I think with the way that they develop, it's not out of the realm of possibility that he can, develop into a really steady 3-and-D wing on a competitive OKC team.
I love it. I was eyeing him here, but instead, the Miami Heat, and in this world, they have Giannis and Bam, and why not add another front court monster defender in Marez Johnson, our third Michigan front court player in the draft. Just the motor, the defensive skill, and I think he's even a little underrated with his touch around the basket and the extra possessions he creates on the offensive glass. I think Marez, learning from Bam and Giannis, could make him just an all league type defender.
Hey, on a clock, a team that we are very close and familiar with, the Charlotte Hornets, who I'm super excited for them, just because I loved everything that they did last year at the draft, and to see it pay off for them and for them to have the year that they had. I think they can just continue to double down on talent. So we know they took Kalkbrenner, they took um, uh, Con Knipple and Sion James. So you're talking about LaMelo, you're talking about Khan, Brandon Miller, Miles Bridges, and there's been rumors that they could even be in a Sabonis market. So because of that, it puts me in a tough space. I like Steinbach here a lot, but if you're going to go out and get Sabonis, I think that would be a bit much. I love LeBaron Philon right now on the board, but ultimately, I am going to give them Nate Ament. I'm gonna give them Nate Ament. More size, more shooting, more versatility. I think that's the direction that they are headed into. And I know a lot of people are trying to compare him to Zachary Richardson. I want to say this. I think Zachary Richardson is a really good player if you got him at 14. I think people have the things and the notions that they say about him because he was a first overall pick, excuse me. But I don't really deter from Nate Ament because of the Richardson comps. Because honestly speaking, again, if Richardson was at 14, I think the way that he's viewed is completely different.
All right, with the Bulls, I'm going to take a guy who I'm lower than consensus on, but I think this is something that would make sense for their timeline, and that's Jaden Quaintance. I think the number
Mm,
one concern with him is
the knee.
his injury stuff. He's just not playing. He just didn't play much college basketball. I think he's pretty raw offensively, but there's just some absolutely absurd defensive tape out there from him. And look, the Bulls are finally have some direction. Like they're gonna be bad next year, so if Jaden Quain doesn't play next year, like I'm fine with that. Like let him get healthy, let him learn how to be a pro, and get him and Caleb and Modest and two more first round picks next year, and then actually have something to be excited about in Chicago. They haven't had a real big man in a long time. I don't mean to disrespect Vooch, but like in terms of just like a defensive real piece there in the middle. So JQ to the Bulls.
I love it. Two front court players. We're back with the Grizzlies on the clock, who took Cam Boozer with the third pick. Back-to-back teams with back-to-back first-round picks. This is a tough spot for me, just because, again, we don't know what's going on with Ja Morant. The Grizzlies are a team that I think have a lot of talent. Zach Edey, Boozer, Coward, Wells, Scottie Pippen Jr., Ja Morant. They still got Gigi Jackson, Santi Aldama. Like, they have a lot going on. Even my guy Javon Small. I feel like I'm even still forgetting somebody. Spencer showed some things. With all of that being said, though,
Ty Jerome.
my boy Ty Jerome, who had a really injured-riddled season, but I'm excited to see him back. I'm going to go, I'm going to go Cam Carr for the Grizzlies. He just, I don't know, something about him feels very Grizzly-esque. Give them some type of scoring. A lot of the guys that they have are some really well-rounded guys, some good defensive-minded guys. They need a guy that can just try to be a microwave scorer and be aggressive. But again, it's really tough to know, because like if you're trading Ja Morant, I maybe have taken LeBaron and Viola. I don't know. But until we get that Ja trade, I think Cam Carr is the guy for me there. I'm loving the way that this mock is going, by the way, because it feels like outside of the Grizzlies, we've both been able to draft for both teams. So like the Bulls had 2 picks, I pick one, you pick one. Now you're on the clock with the Thunder after I pick for them at 12. So it's going perfectly.
Hit subscribe for more news, highlights, and analysis from the NBA on NBC.